Hello, everyone. I hope everybody has some really awesome plans for this Independence Day. I think that it's a perfect day to have a conversation about freedom, about independence, about living life vibrantly, living life how you create it, how you want to be living it beyond your expectations, beyond your imagination, and just really living it to the fullest. Now, I know some of you might be thinking like, really? Like that'd be nice, but I don't know how to have that happen. Well, I can tell you that if you would have said you can create the life that you want and live the life that you want 5 years ago, 10 years ago, I probably would have thought you were nuts too. And what I've come to discover since then is that you can create the life that you want. You can create a vibrant life. And the way that I've gone about doing it is, well, one, through my own personal healing and through providing healing services to others. Now, you might think, well, how does providing healing service to others really help me create a vibrant life for myself? And I will say that, well, that happened today. Sometimes when I'm in a session with someone, they want to know how I learn what I learn and how I know what I know. And sometimes it's from my own personal healing journey or my own personal experience. Other times it's from supporting or facilitating or providing a healing service to the people who come into the office for care, or the people I talk to on the phone for those who I work with remotely. And I'm doing more and more of that these days. I have people from around the country that I'm working with that I've never met in person, that I've talked to on the phone. Some I don't even know what they look like because we've never seen each other face to face. And that, well, what I've discovered is the healing that I do, whether it's in person or remotely with someone, is really some powerful, awesome flipping stuff. But anyway, I was in a session today with a really powerful, dynamic coach from the West Coast. And I was talking to her about beliefs. She has a really great routine, a daily routine that helps her be aligned, that helps her raise her vibration to really step into and create the life that she wants for herself and also her people that she provides services to. And when we were working together today, one of the things that I do for myself on a daily basis and also that I do in sessions with people is I check in on beliefs and what I call or refer to as core beliefs. And these core beliefs are a list that I created, that I've added to over the years, that when you start healing or you've been doing healing and you're peeling down those layers and working through emotions and trauma and working through the scars and letting things go, that you get down to some core beliefs. Things like I am safe, or I love myself as I am, or I trust my intuition, or I'm trying to think of some of the others. The list is quite long because I am adding to it on a regular basis as circumstances arise, as I learn from myself and from working with people. Well, what came up in this particular session, one of the areas was, are you safe to be an entrepreneur? And for someone who is as dynamic and powerful as this woman is, I was expecting that we were just going to work to strengthen that belief, to fully support that belief. Because that's sometimes what we do in sessions is just, well, not just, but strengthen it. We strengthen a belief. And in this particular case, her body and being shared a no. It said no. There was some part of her that didn't feel safe as being an entrepreneur. And at first that surprised her. And one of the things that she's really good at is stopping and tuning in to see what resonates and to see what she feels in her body. And once she started to go deeper and going past the surface, she realized how it resonated. And after the session, made some further discoveries for herself. And it really made a whole lot of sense. The good news was, as a result of our session, we could clear out the old belief, the blocks to that belief. So by the end of the session, she felt solid and strong in knowing that she's safe to be an entrepreneur. Now, why do I share this with you? Our beliefs are key to how we live our life, to how we create the lives that we live, to how we, move through our daily lives. And what's surprising is people think they know their beliefs. And if they do know their beliefs, they think that they're aligned to their beliefs, or because it is a belief, that they believe it. And what I've discovered through doing the work the way that I do, at this point I describe myself as an intuitive healer, as a body being interpreter, or as others refer to me, as a body whisperer, and also a channeler, because sometimes information just kind of flows through me to pass on to the person that I'm in a session with. And what I've discovered in doing the work the way that I do is that I can say, for instance, I love myself as I am. And when I say that, feel good about it. And then when I go within and check within to that core of me, that inner being of me, the energy or essence of me, that's not always a yes. Sometimes it's like, yeah, that'd be nice, but no. Or, yeah, it just doesn't feel aligned. It just doesn't feel right. And that's super important. Because if we can't love ourselves, for instance, as we are, wow, that can really affect how we perceive the world, how we interact with the world. It can literally affect every aspect of who we are and how we interact with others in our relationships, for instance. And I would say the other piece of why it's so important is sometimes I hear people and they're so frustrated because they're not experiencing life the way they want, the way they believe their effort and their intention, and in some cases hard work. I say in some cases because I believe we can achieve things through ease as well, but that's another probably conversation. And that they're working on some level, working their butts off, whether it's energetically, whether it's in their mind, their heart, physically, to achieve their goals. And they're just not happening, or they're happening at such a slow pace, or teeny tiny little baby steps. And it gets frustrating, and it gets hard to continue that level of motivation to keep moving forward. And in some cases, it's their belief, the wording of their belief, the alignment of their belief needs tweaking. And what do I mean by that? For instance, let me see if I can think of an example. Okay. Somebody has a belief that I am going to, let me see. Oh, I mentioned I love myself as I am. Now, somebody might feel really rock solid in that. And then I'll ask them about, do you love yourself as you're growing and changing? Big old fat no. That doesn't feel good. So it might be I love myself as I am now, but there's a block. There's something in the way. There's trauma. There's a feeling of being unsafe. There's a feeling of uncertainty. There's maybe past trauma or past emotional experiences that are getting in the way of somebody being able to love themselves as they grow and change. There might be fear that's coming up around that. And, well, if you're not aligned to loving yourself as you grow and change, imagine how much more challenging it's going to be to, well, to love yourself as you grow and change. Because as much as we might avoid change or not want things to change, everything changes. It's going to change on some level, whether we can flow with it and enjoy it, or we go kicking and screaming. Life does change. And we are not stagnant creatures. We can stagnate for a while, but in general, we are dynamic creatures. And we're constantly changing. Our inner environment, our outer environment is constantly changing. So if we don't love ourselves as we're growing and changing, that can really, well, to be blunt, screw with us. So it's super important, from my experience, like I said, for both myself and for the people that I work with, to be aware of what their beliefs are, because our beliefs can really limit us. And I'm sure a lot of you have heard about limiting beliefs. But it goes beyond that. It goes to, once we claim our beliefs or state our beliefs or determine what they are they aligned for us? One of the things that's happened in some of the sessions with people that I'm currently working with is we go through their goals, we go through their intentions, we go through their beliefs and what they're wanting to achieve in the length of time that we're committed to work together, what they're wanting to see happen in the next year, the next 5 years, how they want to be moving and living, what they're wanting to create as far as their life, and we see if it's aligned. And it's amazing how rewriting or tweaking these beliefs and these goals can really change the energy around how we move forward into what we're wanting to create. So if any of this resonates with you, of course I could keep talking about this subject because there are so many beliefs that we have. There are literally thousands, there are literally unlimited beliefs. There's some core beliefs. And it's been my experience that if we can align those core beliefs and identify those core beliefs, that it can really allow a level of ease and a level of flow in moving forward with how we want to be living and creating our life. So again, if any of this resonates with you, if you have questions, if you have comments, if you want to know more about beliefs, if you want to know what beliefs that you're aligned to or not aligned to, reach out, ask questions, share your comments. You can always send me a private message. You can also call my office at 828-230-7253. That's 828-230-7253, and see about getting a complimentary consultation of 30 to 60 minutes, depending on what's going on and what you're wanting to achieve. And I'd be happy to talk to you more about this, because our beliefs can literally support us in creating that vibrant, lovely, beautiful, amazing, abundant life that we want to be living. My name is Dr. Jenn Hatfield. I am the owner of Mountain Phoenix, Center for Vibrant Living. And I would love to hear from you. Until we connect again, I'm sending love and health and synergy to you. Until then, bye.